Who would know that lightning truly brings a photograph to life or takes the life away from it? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Arto, a photographer, and in this video I planned out another topic extremely important beside composition, which I did a video on. You can check it out if you want to. In any way, lighting is essential component of a photograph, playing important role in taking a photograph. It's basically your brush. If you are an artist, you create with it. We will go through types of lights, best time to go out and shoot, hues, white balance, and so on. So let's get to it. So your question might be, what's lightning? You might already know, but if you don't, it's a component that helps us perceive our surroundings at its fullest. Sometimes a bit less, maybe a bit more, or at nothing at all. Lighting is in photography just another essential component that every photograph needs for their desired work. Another pillar of craft to say. That can be improved on over time with consistent practice, knowing we have two types of light, natural and artificial. Natural is one which we cannot change for our desires. Beside that, it can create a great opportunity for our shoot, based on time of the day, weather, and other factors. Keeping an eye on weather forecast could help you to find your time to shoot. In natural lighting, or more specifically, in day lighting, we know golden hour and blue hour, along with sunset and sunrise. Golden hour occurring for 1 hour after sunrise and 1 hour before sunset. It adds long shadow and contrast to your photo, creating great conditions for your subject in your photo. Quite great for portrait and car photography, for example. Blue hour appearing 1 hour before sunrise and 1 hour after sunset. Its characteristics is blue sky, perfect for more interesting shots, especially if it has a bit of character, maybe some clouds and such. Beside that, blue light shading environment in darker tone. It can be used for nice street photography or landscape shots. So, on last point, artificial lighting is used in situation of filling in the blanks or studio photography in forms of lights, reflectors, flashes, and other devices. It can help natural lighting to finalize the shot to lighting, such as reflecting light from sun onto a person, can fill in the missing parts or soften up the hard shadows. So, when it comes to light, it separates into two groups. Again, hard light and soft light, two masters which control the feel and especially the life in your photograph. Hard light, a sharp razor between black and white, usually the cause of small and intense point of light, such as sunrise and sunset, is known for creating bright and dark spots in your photograph, bringing out the detail, contrast, and depth. Light is uneven, also creating an intense feel and point of focus. In extreme cases of maybe a misuse or a mistake, maybe even on purpose, it can be brutal. You can use it, for example, in dramatic shots of your subject. Because of long and hard shadows, you should be careful of the placement of subject based on what you want to improve. Experimenting with it, trying it yourself can definitely help you to capture better images. So, onto soft light. Soft light, evenly spread on your photograph, creates softer look, more pleasant to the eye while bringing out the detail in all parts of your picture, but not too much. Caused by, for example, clouds, blocking the direct sunlight from the sun creates a kind of softbox. So, on topic of softbox, it's basically a studio photography component which evenly spreads the light, gently rounding up the edges, absolutely perfect for portraits of people. Also creating soft shadows and bringing out only necessary amount of detail. It gives you a lot more freedom to play around and try different angles, so on and so forth. Light, as natural as artificial, have another great way of expressing the life in picture. Color. It can be warm or cold. Again, into two groups. In natural lighting, warm light can be any yellow, orange, or red hue. Sunrise and sunset. Aha, here we go. If you want your subject to look nice, maybe cozy, or a bit more sophisticated, go for a sunrise or sunset. It will create a desirable look. You can also use studio lights if they are LED to create same effect. On the other on other hand though, in dark hallways, the blue darkish hue, cold and unforgiving, creates a difference. If used correctly, the light can create intense, strong and interesting photographs. If you get a chance of interesting blue hour, go out and shoot with your subject. That will give strong energy to the photograph. Beside those, artificial light usually creates a bit more dirty look, especially old street lamps, which still offer many possibilities to shooting though. Natural light is more natural, more clean to say at least. Practice and try out. Play around with warm and cold light, and you just might find something that suits you. On a bit more of techie side of things, your camera has something called white balance. It's used to describe color temperature and how it's used to produce natural and accurate colors within your image. It can adjust your photograph to match up to desired feel of the image. Usually cameras set to auto, but in case of feeling a bit more manual, it has presets such as daylight, cloudy, tungsten, fluorescent and flash. But let's not get too much into detail. Those presets are used to match the color of temperature in specific light condition. Adjusted with Kelvin temperature, it's a setting that allows you to capture either warmer or cooler shots. So, touching a bit on camera settings too. For rough implementation of everything I said, it's quite a lot to take in on first take, so don't hesitate to rewatch or save it for later. Let's get to it. Amount of light that enters the camera is controlled by aperture and shutter speed, as well as modified with exposure, ISO, and so on, all covered in. We will focus on last two, exposure and ISO. Exposure, shortly a setting that controls the amount of light that the camera gets. More into minus the slider goes, the darker is the image. More into plus it goes, the brighter it is. It's a slider that controls prioritized setting. For example, if shooting in aperture, it will only change shutter, or if in shutter priority, it will only change aperture, or both if in manual. That's all it is to it. So, a bit on ISO. ISO is a setting that controls the sensitivity of light sensor, which captures the light from the image. Lower ISO, 100, is used in really bright environment, while 3200 ISO and higher is used in night or dark environments. With settings covered, that with settings that control the light entering the camera covered. That's it. If you want to get more in depth with settings, you can check my video about camera settings. Light is a wonderful thing, as a hassle, as a pleasant thing, to truly get familiar with using it, like an artist with his paintbrush. Remember to practice, practice and practice daily, learn and put to use. So, I hope you learned something from this video. I hope you liked it. So, I'm really trying to change others and teach them stuff I already know, even if it's person by person, so I really hope it helped you. If you liked it, maybe like the video, maybe subscribe if you want to. But in general, thanks for watching and see you next time.